First off, before I get into the video, shout out to my pops for this light, because this shit crazy. I didn't want to wait till tomorrow to record this video because the thought that I have in my head right now is going to escape me. But basically, what I wanted to go ahead and share in this video, and the reason why I turned the fucking camera on, within the last year, as a lot of you guys know, I've done a lot of work on myself, from my physique to my style to my finances, which I'm focusing on now. And then more importantly, last year was social skills and dating. That was big for me. And with all the work that I have done, not only within the last year, but within the last 3 years, I've noticed in the last couple of months, there has been a common theme. And it finally clicked in my head last night when I was working out with a good friend of mine, and he was talking to me about a recent relationship he got into with a girl, and basically kind of asking me, not directly for advice, but I apparently ended up giving him some advice. And by the end of the conversation, which was a long conversation, I realized how many men, especially young men that are up and coming, trying to build themselves and trying to, more importantly, build a life for themselves, struggle with finding their own sense of identity. Myself included, because I've noticed, more specifically in the red pill space or the self-improvement space, whatever you want to call it nowadays, they always come up with a new fucking term. I notice when a lot of young men try to, go on these talk shows or these live calls with some of their favorite creators that they look up to, a lot of the times they will mindlessly ask for advice and take the advice to heart, only for some of them to find out that the person they looked up to or their favorite inspiration and the person they try to emulate, maybe half of that advice that they try to apply didn't fucking work for them. And so what I'm trying to say with this long intro is, to any man watching this video, you need to start learning how to become your own man, but more importantly, be able to think for yourself. And I was only able to come to this conclusion and actually be okay with me not necessarily living up to the standards of other men, women, but more importantly, societal standards, because of the stuff that I have experienced within the last year and the confidence that has honestly been coming forth from all the experiences that I've gone through. Because, for example, right, when you're texting a woman, right, you see a lot of these guys tell you to not double text a girl, and that if a girl doesn't text you back, she's simply not interested. And while I do believe that advice to be true in a majority of situations, I decided randomly when I was early on in my, I guess you could say, dating journey, and I was trying everything and having an experimental mindset, I decided to try double texting some of the girls that I really, really wanted to go out with and I really wanted to see. And almost 100% of the time, bro, the girls that I double texted, I've managed to become intimate with in some sort of capacity. But then you see a lot of these guys online tell you to not double text girls. And so once I started to experience that, I started thinking to myself, I'm like, man, the girls that I really wanted in the past, where I followed these men's advice, I wonder how many of them I could have actually continued to see, or maybe even potentially, something could have came out of that situation had we continued going out with each other, had I just set my pride and ego to the side and double texted a girl. Like, it's fucking crazy to me, bro. And it was when I did that enough times did I realize half the advice that you read about online or you watch in these videos, to me, in my opinion, is fucking garbage. And that the best teacher you will ever have in your life is your own personal experience. And that's another thing a lot of these fucking guys, and especially these dating coaches, don't fucking tell you, is the advice that they fucking give you is from their experience and maybe from their students' experience. It's not fucking universal, bro. Because A, you may not have fucking clout. B, you may not have fucking money. C, you may not necessarily have maxed out your sex appeal. So you can't necessarily, afford to not double text every single girl that you deal with, especially if it's the women that you may want. You may have to, leverage, your time and your efforts in the meantime while you build yourself up to a certain amount of value to where you can be just like those guys, to where you don't have to double text a girl because they got, 5 other girls trying to get with them. And when I realized that, I was like, man, a lot of you guys struggle to become your own man. And so to wrap up this video, I want to leave you guys with one thing. Right now, it's the night of January 4th, 2025, which means the year has just fucking started. And so if you haven't already, bro, what I want you to fucking do is decide for yourself whether you want to sit down and think about it or whether you want to write it on a piece of paper. What type of man you want to become. Not what another guy is telling you, not what your favorite influencer is telling you, not what your girlfriend is telling you, not what your parents are telling you, your friends. You decide what type of man you want to become. Think to yourself, how do you want him to act? How do you want him to dress? How do you want him to look? How do you want him to treat people? Etc., etc. Either think it and jot down a mental list and keep it in the back of your head, or write it down somewhere. And every now and then, when you remember to visit it, revisit that fucking list every single time and think to yourself, am I taking the necessary steps to not only become the man that I want to become, but this man that I think to myself will become the best version of me? And as long as you're doing that, who gives a fuck what anybody else has to say about the type of man that you're becoming, if it's good or not? Because a lot of these guys online, bro, you see what they do. They don't give a fuck what society says, what a woman says, what another guy says, and you've seen some of their content. Some of it is just outrageous and fucking rage bait, and it's ridiculous, but that's because they know what they're doing to get themselves to where they want to go in their own life. And so you need to start doing that, then work every single fucking day to become that man that you want to be. And if you do that, bro, I promise you, not only will you notice a superior increase in your confidence, but your quality of life is going to be so much better, and you're actually not only going to be happy with the man you see in the mirror, but you're slowly going to become more fulfilled. But that's all I had to say in today's video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I apologize for this ratchet ass setup, but other than that, if you guys did enjoy this video or you found some value out of it, be sure to go and smash the like button for your boy. Drop a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, because we're on the road to 2K, which, by the way, thank you guys for 1,300 subscribers. I appreciate it, and I'm glad to see a lot of you guys have been fucking with the content recently, so thank you. So if you're new here, be sure to go and smash that subscribe button, and then last but not least, turn my post notice bell so you never miss out on any of my future video uploads. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.